What's up, YouTube? Today we are figuring out how to unlock the Chatterbox. This video will be specific to all of our returning players and all of our new players who are trying to grind out all the exotics and unlock all the exotics. There are a good amount of them that are pretty much guaranteed when you do certain things, and the Chatterbox SMG is one of them. So to get started, you need to know that there are 4 pieces. Now, to get the last piece, which is the blueprint, you need to collect the first 3. So the first 3 are within these areas. You have your first piece, which is a loaded canister. You'll find that here in downtown East. Then you have your creative magazine, which you'll find over here in Federal Triangle. And last but not least, you'll find your modified mods over here in Judiciary Square. Now, these items can only be picked up through hyena lockboxes, and luckily they're on the map. So just look through each of these areas, look for the hyena lockboxes, and just open them. If you have enough keys, open them up. If you don't have any keys, I would recommend just grinding out of the open world, heading into the underground tunnels and stuff, maybe even some summit. You'll find keys there. Even if you kill named items of that particular group, you'll probably unlock a key. I have a few, so we'll go through it and we'll open as many as we can. I have the Chatterbox, so I won't be unlocking the pieces, but I will show you where you need to go. So first we'll start off with the loaded canister, which you will get over here in downtown East. The loaded canister, most I've seen, even myself, have gotten this through playing Grand Washington Hotel. As you can see, there are 2 hyena lockboxes in here, but this is not the only place in downtown East you can get it. As you can see, there are quite a few hyena lockboxes in downtown East. So before you run that whole mission and hope that you get it, because these pieces are not guaranteed, if you open this lockbox and there's no piece, you're gonna have to come back within the next day when Division kind of resets everything, and then open it again. So it can be a grind, but it's not that difficult of a grind. You'll definitely be able to complete this. So as you can see, you have 1 here, 2nd here. These are pretty close to each other, so you'd probably be able to grab these lock boxes here, and then you have 1 right over here on the top left of downtown East. What we're going to do is go through Grand Washington Hotel and show you where these 2 lock boxes are, because they're very easy to just go past. And why not do a mission while going through these lock boxes and maybe getting some good loot? So we're gonna go through Grand Washington Hotel first, and then we'll continue on from there. Grand Washington Hotel, here we are. I usually like to play my missions on heroic, but you can definitely play it on challenging. I wouldn't go any lower than that, because I'm pretty sure the chances of unlocking something exotic will significantly drop. So try to stick with heroic. If you can't, go with challenging. But I'm going to stick with heroic here, and we're going to get right into it, and I'll see you on the first hyena box. Alright, so now after we complete and pass the atrium fight, we go through this door, and we're gonna have 1 more little fight in this hallway here. As you recognize this hallway, you'll have enemies spawn right in front of you with some cover in front of them. So we're gonna quickly eliminate these enemies, and once they're eliminated, we're gonna have access to our first crate. Now, before jumping over and going straight ahead, we're gonna make a left. We're gonna go into this area, and right here on the right, we're gonna have in this bathroom our first hyena lockbox. So we're gonna open this one up. Obviously, I have it already. Hopefully you'll gotta roll weapon. Hopefully you'll unlock your piece there. But now we'll make our way toward our second piece. gonna have a couple more enemies come through here, but we're almost at the next lockbox. So if you didn't get the piece on that first lockbox, you have another chance right here. So we're gonna make our way through here, and it's just outside when we get onto the roof. So once you get here, you get to the roof, you go outside, and you're just gonna make a right, and you have your lockbox right over here. Open that up. You might get your piece, you might not, but it's okay. You can check the following day and continue grinding out these pieces. So now that we went through our 2 lockboxes over in Grand Washington Hotel, we now go on to our next piece, which will be in Federal Triangle. So Federal Triangle, you have a lockbox here, and I know it doesn't say hyena, but I'll show you how to switch that up. You have more lockboxes, but as you can see, they're not hyena lockboxes. You will not get your piece from here. They can only be found through hyena lockboxes. You might ask or say, hey, but that is not a hyena lockbox inside this mission. That's because it is invaded. You need to switch it. When you go to the mission options, toggle mission mode. It'll bring you to a manhunt if you have it. I don't need to do that. Toggle it again. Regular. Now this is the regular mission. Throw it on heroic here. It'll obviously reset because it needs to switch the enemies out and all the other stuff out. And now when you go back to the map, you will see you have a hyena lockbox. So we're going to go through Jefferson Trade Mission. Unfortunately, this is the only lockbox in the Federal Triangle. So you might need to grind this mission up a few times. But let's get into it and I'll show you where the lockbox is. After you do the Isaac node and you get here to this garage, you're gonna do that little computer in that room. It'll say Isaac node connected. You'll hear this conversation that's playing right now, and then you'll hit this garage. Once you hit this garage, you know you're close, so don't go running past this area. Once you complete this, I'll show you where the lockbox is. We have the garage complete. All the enemies are eliminated. Now before we move on to this next mission area, as you can see, because I have it pinged, it's always a good thing. Make sure you ping your box before you go through these missions so you don't accidentally pass it. You'll make your way up here and you have your lockbox right there before you continue on to the next area. So make sure Isaac node, garage, and before you move on from that part of the garage after the Isaac node, you grab your hyena lockbox. Alright, we have that. Now we have our third and final piece before the blueprint, which will be in Judiciary Square. Now, same thing as Federal Triangle, you're going to need to change that mission so your lockbox can change. But this is not the only lockbox in this area. Unfortunately for Federal Triangle, yes, there is one. But for Judiciary Square, you have this one. Then you also have this one, which down here, I had my brother and I were trying to grind for this so he can grab it. He actually grabbed his piece through this random lockbox right here while we were doing a bounty. So don't forget to hit this first. It'll save you a lot of time rather than doing this entire mission before you get it. So definitely try to check this out first before we do the mission. But I'm going to go do the mission. I have the pieces, so there's no point in me going to that lockbox. But I'm going to show you where on this mission this lockbox is located. So now we're good. So now we have our first piece in Downtown East, which was the loaded canister. We grabbed on Federal Triangle the Creative Magazine. I did forget to mention which piece that is. You do get the Creative Magazine from Federal Triangle. And now we are at our third and final piece, which is the modified mods, which you can, like I said, you can get over at this lockbox here, or you get at this lockbox here. So to get that to be Hyena, we do the same thing as we did in Federal Triangle. We change the mission. Right now it's on the regular stronghold mission. Cool. Make sure it's not invaded. Make sure it's not a manhunt. Make sure it is the regular mission. When it's the regular mission, as you can see, you will have a Hyena lockbox. That's the way you know you have it on the correct mission type. So now let's get into it, and I'll show you where you can find the lockbox in the District Union mission. Now this part might be weird in the beginning, because if you highlight your box, you're gonna think, oh wow, that was easy. Missions box is right here in the beginning of the mission. It is not. As you can see, it shows a lockbox. This is more toward the end, 3/4 of the way of the mission. So don't think the game is bugging on you or is lagging and you don't see the box. No, you just have to continue. So let's continue on and we'll find the box. getting one step closer now. We're going outside. This is how you know you're getting close. Once you get to this area where we're going outside, we're really close to this, right in the next location. We go outside through all this garbage, go through the makeshift shipping container tunnel, and then we're on to the next area, which this is exactly where the lockbox is. So we're going to clear everyone out and then open the lockbox. We eliminate Brooks, and right after we eliminate Brooks in our nice little Christmas haul ornament area, we go right here where all this red paint, washed out red paint is, and we go right into this little corner and we have our next lockbox. So don't forget, you go to fight Brooks in this open area after going outside and crossing through the shipping container tunnel, kill Brooks, and after that, on the right side in here, we have our hyena lockbox. Whoa, what a lag. Whoa. Alright. So now that we have all three of our pieces, we go for our final piece, which will be the actual blueprint for your Chatterbox. This can't be found in a hyena box or anything. It's found during a specific mission. Now, you cannot get this blueprint if you don't have all three pieces. So get all three pieces from this general area. I already went through where to find each one. And after you have all three, we head over here to Downtown West to the bank headquarters mission. Alright, now we're here at bank headquarters. Like usual, needs to be the normal mission. Nothing special on there. And we head straight into it. Alright, now we're on our next location. Well, important location that is. So as you can see, we just reached the little fight area where we need to eliminate the enemy rebound. So after we go up this little staircase, we end up getting into another fight. Remember, rebound. Named enemy. Once we get to this named enemy, this is where all the important stuff starts. Once we eliminate rebound, as you can see, I have a gear set, I have a high end, and then I have a light yellow item. That light yellow item, tongue twister, is what you need. You see that? Vault encryption key. So we're gonna pick this up, and right after we pick this up, after defeating inbound, we go right into this next room. We have a little office here, map of the world. After you enter this room where you see the globe on the outside and you have a bunch of computers, we're going to go left. On the left side, you see a little map on the wall, some crates, and a clear glass. After you pick up that key, you go up to this glass and you have a panel you can open. We're going to open that panel up, and there you have another key. We're going to pick that key up, and that key will get us our blueprint. So let's move forward to the next area so we can get it. defeated the enemies before the vault. We're gonna enter the code. This is normal. You have to go through this on the mission. We enter the vault now. You see our waypoint goes straight and you have an open area going right. Well, with that key we picked up, we can go left. As you can see, there is a hyena lockbox in there and we have a key card. So we're gonna use that key card that we picked up in a little hidden safe, and then we finally have our blueprint. So you're gonna pick up your blueprint in here, give yourself a pat on the back because you just finished up getting the Chatterbox. Now you're not gonna see the Chatterbox in your inventory. You need to go to the White House. Now we're at the White House and we can get our Chatterbox. Once you have all your pieces, make your way over to the crafting station, and once you go to the crafting station, it should show up immediately on the top, but if it doesn't, just make your way down to the exotic category here, and as you can see, your required materials, which will be a loaded canister, your creative magazine, your modified mods, and of course your blueprint. The blueprint, if I remember correctly, you still need to go to her and like buy it after you unlock it. I know, kind of weird, but regardless, there's no more searching. You go ahead, go to your Chatterbox after you have all the pieces. I'm hoping you'll also have the base, just crafting materials in general, and then you have yourself your Chatterbox, which is not a bad weapon. Not a bad weapon. I have yet to make a build myself around it, but it's pretty cool, and I'm a little OCD, so having one of every exotic is something that I like. But if you like the video, you got your Chatterbox, please like and subscribe. Share this with all your friends who haven't unlocked it. Even then, don't even show them the video. Just take them through the journey of unlocking it. It's really fun. It gives you kind of a little something to do, and being that it's not guaranteed on your first go, there's a little bit of a grind, but it's not a bad grind, it's a fun grind. Now, if you do have a friend that has the Chatterbox, you don't have to go through all this. All you need to do is hit the summit and have them have their allocated loot to SMGs. If they've unlocked it already, they can get the Chatterbox as ground loot on the summit, or through exotic caches, or any of the other ways for you to get exotics. If you have unlocked this already, your friends can put that as a targeted loot and share it with you. But that's how we get our Chatterbox. I hope